Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know who it is. It's number one coming to you. Tonight we got a couple pods to review from Mr. Brandon Joy. Much love. Thank you for sending these out. Care Package 1. Care Package 2 was really phenomenal. Care Package 1 has been super good as well. So tonight we're going to review this pod right here, the Sphinx. Great looking pod, man. I mean, it's a mustard, which I really like mustard so far. And then this little guy right here, the mini Wartryx, which I've been kind of excited. You know, I've heard about this little pod, and I want to see what kind of punch it packs. So, nonetheless, first one up is this mustard right here, known as the Sphinx. I just washed him, dripping some water off. So here we go. Right inside, crazy. Wall pod. Oh. It's burning as it's going down. Pretty strong. Mini Wartryx. Okay. That Sphinx is burning really good. Couple pieces up in there in the gums. The mini Wartryx had a good little sweet bite to it. I got a little sweet pocket to it. Really nice. These are the first super hots I've eaten in a couple weeks. Since those ones I got from Raging Rockets locally here in Reno, Nevada. These two are coming in real hot. Wow. I should have let that Sphinx kind of settle in a little bit to get a real heat profile on that mini Wartryx, but combined it's a nice heat. My ears are really hot and heavy. A lot of heat coming through the ears right now, more than anywhere else. It's not overly hot yet. Doable, manageable. That Sphinx, you know, is a good pod, good size. Wartryx, of course, was a little guy. But unlike my second or third bite on that Wartryx, it was just a phenomenal sweet sensation I got. I don't know what that was, but really nice. The Sphinx is a great mustard pod. Not overpowering, but I was chewing the whole thing. Biting, chewing. And it wasn't doing much to the mouth or the lips or anything. But as I started to swallow it, that's where I started getting a major burn right away. You know, I've now kind of got a little bit of a mouth and inside the gums and lips burn. My tongue on top and bottom is fine. My throat's really good, which is weird because when I swallowed that Sphinx pod, it just hit the back of the throat right away as I was swallowing it. But right now, not so bad. You know, the heat is done building now. It's definitely coming down now. I'd say the past 30 seconds, 45 seconds. But I've got a really nice sensation on the lips that'll keep me licking like that. Keep that burn going for a little while. With those oils and whatnot on the lips, and then you keep licking it, bringing it back into the saliva glands, into the mouth. For me, it keeps that build burning a little bit, and it keeps that heat going before it starts to dissipate and taper off. You know, the internal heat, just inside. My ears are done now. That was a quick kind of first 2 minutes or so. But it was pretty pronounced in my ears, where it was just kind of hard to hear, and almost like having water in your ears. Not that sensation, but that feeling, kind of that imbalance, if you will. A little bit of burps and hiccups coming now. I don't think those are going to stay. But yeah, really good pods. I was super stoked to finally get a hold of Brandon Joy's harvest this year, and a couple of them anyways, and a few more I want to do some videos on if I can get to them. Work's just been a nightmare. Super short staffed, long hours, long days. Well, seed, you know, so coming home and eating fresh pods after a 14-hour day is just not always appetizing, even though I want to burn. I've been trying to get my burns in elsewhere, so but these are settling nice, so stoked on that. I tried to pick a couple pods that I knew I could probably get through without too much of a problem, just because I haven't been eating pods in a while. But those two pods combined and the Sphinx by itself, those would definitely give people problems. They're warm, they're hot. I know I didn't cut that Sphinx open, but there's a lot of oils in there. Because I can taste it, I can feel it. Decent amount of seeds, not overly abundant amount of seeds in there, so that kind of helps. Whew. But nonetheless, man, a good Monday burn before Halloween. My nose is running now. So we did get a nice little nose burn out of that. Or nose run. So nonetheless, guys, thanks for watching. First burn session in a while on pods. First video in a while. Brandon Joy, thank you. Your products are great. Those pods are phenomenal. Really good. What I like about them, I've had them a few days now. 3-4 days now, and they're holding really. They're not losing a lot to the skin or the membrane of those pods. They're still tight and they're still strong. They're not mushy. You know, there's not a lot of soft spots on them. After a few days, you know, you start to get that. They're holding together real nice. So those were phenomenal. Tasted like shit, I don't know, right off the plant, you know. The cheese is phenomenal. Again, thank you for that. And everybody that watches this, that knows Brandon, that's in the communities and whatnot, get at the dude on that bread. That stuff's a killer. That sandwich I made the other day, I wasn't expecting that. But I talked to a friend of mine who grows and does powders and does other things here locally in Reno. Told him about it. I was just expecting, the little chunks of Reaper pepper that were in the bread at certain points in the loaf of bread to pack a punch. But every single bite, every piece of that bread packed a significant heat level. And after talking to my buddy and then talking to Brandon, it's like when you cook that or when you're making that bread, the oils from the chunks of pepper are seeping throughout all the grain and all that bread. And so just the soft parts of the bread where there was no chunks of pepper were hotter, I feel like, than the parts that had little chunks of the pepper in it. It's crazy. That sandwich was super dank. Gave me a little bit of an issue later that night, but it was worth it. That shit is good. I'm going to make another one probably tomorrow night before I go out of town. And then I'm going to try to pass some of that bread on to some other people in the community that deserve it. So, anybody, thank you for watching. Much love. It's been your number one.